The productive YouTube consumer. You've started watching a YouTube video and you have it set to ×2 speed because everyone in the productivity space needs to set their videos to ×2 speed. They need to listen to podcasts at ×2, watch TV at ×2, and I've even sped this up so you're now watching this at ×4 speed if you are one of those people that watches at ×2. Don't worry, I'll put my hand up, I'm one of those people as well that watches everything at ×2 speed. But imagine if everyone's video was already set to ×2 when they're edited and then you could put it to ×2, now you're watching everything at ×4 speed. Isn't that so productive? Then you realise when you're watching through the video that they're actually talking about things that you're not that fussed about. Maybe it's an ad, maybe it's some B-roll, and you just start pushing the arrow key to skip through things, and you end up going through a 10-minute video in like a minute because you're just skipping loads of stuff. And don't worry, all the YouTubers actually see what you're doing because I see it myself. You start a video, you tap the arrow key 3 times to get rid of the ad or whatever's at the beginning, and the audience retention suddenly drops and spikes back up because that's where people have actually started the video. Or you're going through the video and people have just jumped through and there's a big dip and then a big spike. That's what the audience retention is for, and hopefully you're not just skipping through all the video because, I mean, what's the point of clicking on it? But then we are watching YouTube because, hey, we're wasting time, but we're productively wasting time. Maybe I'll put some B-roll in this part of the video because it looks cool, and if you're like me, a productive consumer, you watch the B-roll and you go, yeah, that looks really cool, but I'm not really paying attention to what they're saying now because the B-roll looks cool, and then you have to go back because it's at ×2 speed and you've forgotten what they were saying. Having skipped through half the video, watch the B-roll multiple times because it looks cool, you realise, actually, nah, this video isn't giving me the answer to the question that I didn't have before I clicked on the video, so I'm going to go watch another video from my watch later list that's going to do the exact same thing and give me answers to questions that I haven't actually asked. Then when you go into your watch later list, you realise, I have 50 Notion videos. I should probably watch every single one of those. Even though I make YouTube content about how to use Notion and I consult on Notion, I need to watch every single video that includes Notion. 2 hours go by and you've watched all the Notion videos saved in your watch later list, and you think, you know, I know enough about Notion now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look at Todoist and then ClickUp and then Asana and then some other applications because I think I need to compare Notion to every single application that's out there because then I really know how to be productive. Now that I've binge watched all these videos on productivity apps, I think it's time to actually be productive and start watching some lifestyle videos about how to apply this application into my life. So now I'm going to watch a load of lifestyle vlogs where they record themselves waking up a second time because they had to set the camera up the first time. Then I'm going to watch them make their own food because I can't make my own food whilst they're talking about their morning routine that I'm never actually going to follow because it's their morning routine and it doesn't really suit my lifestyle, but I'm going to watch it anyway. Then you get an epiphany and you realise, wait, everyone is being sponsored by Audible, so I need to be listening to loads of audiobooks. But I don't actually like listening to audiobooks, so I'm going to listen to loads of podcasts instead because I don't want to use their Audible link. So I start listening to podcasts on Spotify, and Spotify has a great option where you can listen to ×3 speed. So I'm now going to listen to podcasts at ×3 speed instead of ×2. But I can actually see my screen when listening to a podcast because I don't have to watch anything. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to do work. So I'm going to do tasks whilst listening to a podcast at ×3 speed. And I'm going to do work related to making a productivity video. While working on my computer listening to the podcast, I realised, my second brain. I now have a digital second brain. But is this the best app for a digital second brain? You know what? I should research that on YouTube. So I go back onto YouTube and find a load more resources. And then I see, you can pay for a course for a second brain. Actually, you know what? I don't want to pay for a course, so I'm going to consume the last 3 years of content that Tiago Forte has made free about the second brain course. And I end up reading years of articles and loads of blogs and listening to more podcasts and watching more videos. So now I have consumed all this information and I have networked thought with bidirectional links. I have my goal setting framework all set up in the best application setup and system and framework that I've built from all of the knowledge. Now I can finally get started with what I needed to do.